Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. I know what I'm getting ready to tell you, you're going to say, can't be. I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to get emotional because we're going to talk about what I believe is the emotional product when it comes to annuities. Now, there's all kinds of annuity types, and I love it when people, I hate all annuities. I hate them all. I read this, I saw this ad, the guy said I hate them all, so I hate them all. You can't be that dumb, can you? You already own one. It's called Social Security, so don't be a hypocrite. So there's many different types of annuities out there, but the newest type is called a qualified longevity annuity contract, and I'm going to talk about it. This is going to be really good. It's going to be emotional. Let's hear music. All right, so let's talk about qualified longevity annuity contracts. Acronym QLAC, QLAC, is the newest version of annuity that's out there. It was introduced in 2014 by our very, very good friends at the IRS and our semi-good friends at the Treasury Department. No, I'm kidding. They're friends. But what they did is they came up with a QLAC. Why? Is because Social Security, which is an annuity, it's the best inflation annuity on the planet, was never intended to be the primary lifetime income source for Americans. But unfortunately, it's turned into that for a lot of people. So our friends at the IRS and the Treasury Department said, okay, we're going to allow people, I love that word, allow people to buy this QLAC inside of their traditional IRA. Let's stop for a second. So all of you people out there that have no clue, that say, never buy an annuity inside of an IRA. I saw a financial journalist write that in an article in a big publication. I'm like, you're the dumbest person on the planet. You really are. Why? Because a qualified longevity annuity contract was designed for use in an IRA. How about that? How about that? So when you say, I hate all annuities, and annuities should never be used in an IRA. QLAC, qualified longevity annuity contract, it can only be used in your qualified accounts. The misinformation and disinformation in the annuity world kills me. Here's the other one that kills me. If you have, like your brother-in-law, first of all, you should always buy your annuities from Stan the Annuity Man. Most people do. I'm America's annuity agent. That makes sense. But let's just say your sister married Frank, and Frank's now in the annuity industry, and you got to buy the annuity from Frank because the sister would get mad at you. Ask Frank this, or any of your advisor, if you really want to qualify them to see if they know what an annuity is, or annuities, or the annuity industry, see if they're up to speed. Hey, Frank, what's a QLAC? Or ask your advisor master of the universe at the brokerage firm or bank, what's a QLAC? And if they say, I don't know, that's insanity, because they should know. If they're recommending annuities, how do you not know a QLAC? I don't understand it. Now, of course, I was the first one to write a book on it, QLAC Owner's Manual. If you go to theannuityman.com, I'll send you a copy for free and no one will show up your doorstep or call you at dinner, okay? But, I mean, for people, agents don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it pays a very low commission as compared to other products that they push and shove down your throat. But what does a QLAC do? QLAC is for your IRA, traditional IRA, and some 401ks and retirement plans are starting to offer QLACs. But for the majority, it's your traditional IRA asset. And the rule is currently at the time of this taping, all of your IRA qualified assets, that's encompassing. That's what that is, encompassing. Okay, it's 25% of the total or $135,000, whichever is less. If you're watching the archive, and this is like 5 years from now, they've probably raised it. But I just told you that, but I'm going to repeat it. So the rules again, 25% of the total IRA qualified assets or $135,000, whichever is less. So if you have an IRA, rules apply to that IRA. If your spouse has an IRA, rules apply to that. So both of you could do it, right? Now, it's a lifetime income stream with income starting after age 72 and as far out as age 85. Let me say this. Listen to me. You do not have to defer as far out as age 85 because Chester calls me the other day and Chester's like, well, I ain't buying the darn QLAC from you because I ain't going to wait till 85. And I'm like, Chester, listen to Martha more. Martha, your wife, is smarter than you. You don't have to wait to age 85. But at age 85, tap, tap, tap on the shoulder, you have to turn on the lifetime income stream. It's really, really that simple. It's a transfer of risk pension product. No moving parts, no market attachments, no annual fees. You can't track any growth. I know people are, what's the interest rate I'm getting on this, Dan? What's the growth? It's a pension. The longer you allow them to hold the money, the more annuity company will enhance the payment. So wait a minute, Stan. Didn't you just say earlier, and weren't you on the brink of tears about QLACs? And I am. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. You can attach your spouse or partner as a joint annuitant, meaning that you can use your IRA assets and attach them for joint life income. Let me put that in English. When you die and your wife or partner goes to the funeral and they bury you and throw the dirt on you and she gets back in the limo and drives past the bank, she looks at the bank and glances at the bank and knows that that income's going to continue uninterrupted and unchanged for her life. Isn't that great? It's called income insurance. You're doing income insurance on you and income insurance on your spouse or partner. Now, for a lot of you masters of the universe out there, you go, well, I could do better with investments than a QLAC. Of course. That's apples and oranges. A QLAC's a pension. It's a contract. But this is where the emotion comes in. And this is where it's an emotional product. Take care of your spouse. You've been ignoring them for years. Stop. Have you? Maybe you haven't. But maybe you have. You can take your IRA asset, you can take that $135,000 if that's what you qualify for, and you can attach your spouse for joint lifetime income. Do that. That's an emotional decision. It's not a mathematical decision. You're not comparing apples. You're not saying, well, I could do better in mutual funds and ETFs and I could trade it and I'm going. Shut up. It's about your spouse at this point. Can you not set that up? Can you not set that pension payment up for them? Why wouldn't you do that? And we can structure it so that when the second spouse dies, and oh, by the way, males out there, she's going to outlive you, evil conspiracy, but she is. But when she passes, whatever money's left in the account goes lump sum to the beneficiaries. So the evil annuity company doesn't keep a penny. Income insurance. Income insurance for you, income insurance for her. Or him. However you want to do it. That makes sense. Now, the other way that you can look at a QLAC, which I like, it's a very efficient way to look at inflation. More, Stan, give me more. I'm getting ready to, just calm down. When you have money starting at different intervals later in your life, that's going to be income coming in later in your life, hopefully to address inflation. And you don't have to go all in on the 135. You can split it up. You can say, I'm going to do half with income starting at age 80 and the other half at income starting at age 85. Or I'm going to do a third starting at 75, a third starting at 80, a third starting at 85. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? But getting back to the emotional part, if I have one more person call me and say, well, I really didn't like the payout on that. Well, then you're mad at yourself for being young, okay? Take care of your spouse with your IRA asset. Oh my gosh, in a perfect world where the unicorns chase the butterflies and all the commissions are the same for all annuity products, qualified longevity annuity contracts would be the number one selling product on the planet in the annuity world, period. The main reason it's not sold right now, and we sell more than anyone on the planet, and I'm going to set records with this product because I believe in it. And you can attach your spouse or partner for lifetime income. Why isn't it sold more? Why do I know about it, standing annuity? Low commissions, and people don't want to lock in your money. It's a lock and load product. Like to say in the South as we go hunting, let's lock and load. It's a lock and load product. But lock and load for you and lock and load for your spouse and partner. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so I was emotional, but I'm getting ready to get just a little bit more emotional. Because the emotion I just shared with you about QLACs is the exact same emotion on deferred income annuities. Why? A QLAC's a deferred income annuity. And the reason that I'm emotional about that is with the deferred income annuity, you're not limited to $135,000. You can put as much money as you want in a deferred income annuity to take care of your spouse or partner. All right? So, yes, I'm emotional about QLACs, but I'm emotional about deferred income annuities as well. The reason that I think QLACs hits home a lot, because most people, no, not most, a lot, have a lot of their assets in IRAs, and that's really where the money is. But if you have non-IRA money, the same emotion, the same transfer risk, the same lifetime income, the same taking care of your spouse or partner applies to deferred income annuities. And you can start the income anytime you want, okay? So let's be clear about that. Now, with qualified longevity annuity contracts, a lot of people out there will say, one of the rules is that 135, 25% of the total IRA assets, or the 135,000, that amount is not included in your required minimum distribution calculations when you're age 72. At the time of this taping, they've moved it to age 72 and they're talking about moving it farther. But at the time, look at the date. at the time of this taping is 72, you do not have to include that $135,000 as part of that required minimum distribution calculation. Now, does it significantly or could it potentially lower your taxes on the RMD? Yeah. It could, but it's not pound the table reason that you don't buy a QLAC just for that reason. It's just an add-on that's legal and the IRS and the Treasury approve on that. So that 135 or that 25%, whatever that number is not included in your RMD calculations. Hey, that's a good thing, but you need to know that. Another thing you need to know is I've written a book on QLACs. Obviously, I've written a book on DIAs as well. And if you go to theannuityman.com, you can get them all for free. No obligation, no cost. I ship them to you. Nobody calls you. Nobody bugs you. Nobody shows up at your doorstep. We treat you like a professional. And I encourage you to go to my site at theannuityman.com and run quotes, run QLAC quotes, run DIA quotes, run SPIA quotes. We have proprietary annuity calculators that allow you 24/7, 365 access. Here's the other access you have that's incredible. You have access to me, America's annuity agent, top agent in the country, the thought leader in the industry, bar none. Written 7 books on it, hundreds of videos, hundreds of articles. I live and breathe this stuff. I'm Stan the Annuity Man. I don't even have a last name. My last name's Annuity Man. Okay? That's all in. Schedule a call with me. One-on-one, 30 minutes. Do not be afraid. I tell you what, if you're afraid of the truth, don't schedule the call. If you're afraid of the facts, don't schedule the call. If you're afraid of me shooting it straight and telling you might not need an annuity, don't schedule the call. But if you want that, then schedule the call. Also, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.